Good afternoon, everyone. It is November 15th, 2022. What you're looking at is just the RTH session on a 5 minute. Let's get rid of all these lines and all this stuff. All we're looking at is that today what we had was a gap up on, I think it was PPI News. We were unable to get into the upper gap that is above 40.50, I believe. Yeah, about 40.51 above there. We were unable to get into that gap, which was interesting. Instead, we held that 17 area, that critical level I've been talking about the past few days. So we can zoom out here. We can see that 40.17 has been a critical area many, many times. 40.17, so we managed to hold that a number of times in the morning. Kind of that 40.17 to last week's high around 4,009.75. Later in the day, we had some news about maybe a missile or something hitting Poland. Unfortunate as that may be, I think the bigger thing to notice was that we failed to get into a gap, churned for 9:30 until 1:30, whatever that is, 4 hours, and then once we lost the bid, we really did lose it, and that was kind of what I was looking for today. If you go back to the plan that I did have, I was looking for us to get a flush, and I was looking to short 74s, and if we did hold that area, I was looking to long 91s for a move back up. So instead, what we have now is a close. The 4 p.m. close, I believe, hit right around 4,000. Yeah, actually, right on top of last week's close on Friday at 4,001. So we have last week's close and today's close at 4,001. We have our POC of the day sitting right around 18, so right around that critical 17 number, where settlement highs are also sitting at now. And then value area highs way up here at the top of the session. Value area low is around 95. So value area low not too far from where he closed. And so the way I'm thinking about this tomorrow is that let's just pull up the zones here and let's get rid of the indicators just to make this really clear for you guys. So again, just looking at a 5 minute view here, and maybe it helps if I put on a volume profile. Let's do that. There we go. So what you're looking at is just a weekly volume profile. I don't want to thicken it up so much that it changes the values a lot, but I want to give you guys an idea. There you go. Maybe that's good for you guys. 6 ticks per row. You can see overall this week has been quite balanced. Value sitting right, very very stereotypical distribution of volumes with just the POC bang in the middle and value right around that stereotypical area you'd expect it to be in. So what I'm looking for is if we get a move outside of value, so to the downside, maybe down to that 68 area again, that September and Q3 pocket 68, or go down to the Q3 half at 62. If we get a move down here, honestly, I will expect it to flush down lower. And I think we'll finally get our move into the 30 area, which I've been discussing for a number of days. I thought we were due to tag that 30 area, this pool of liquidity, this auction, whatever you want to call it, and then see if we catch a bid or not. If we do catch the bid down there, I'll essentially be looking for mean reversion back inside the week's trading range, back inside this Monday, Tuesday, and Friday range. So I will be looking to long 74s for a move back inside value, which is sitting at 95 again. Now to the upside, I will be looking to long 16 half. I think 17 may have not been the bang on precise number. I think 16 half might be a little bit better. And the idea being that we're just going to get a move back above today's highs. 16 half would also put us right around today's POC, and it would be for a move to the other side of value, sitting I think at 37. So all I'm going to do here is go prior to tag of 37.50. That's where our value area high is sitting for this session. Now, if we do move further up, I will be expecting us to close the gap to the upside at 41.03. So I will be long 43.75, 55 half, 64, 80, and 95. To the downside, if we do lose this 30 bid and we're unable to get above, I will not have a chance to long this 43. Instead, I think we will then make our way down towards 39.16 half, that being the October highs, which I've talked about a number of times. And if we lose this kind of 16 half area, 14.75 being the second half of the year's halfback, I believe, or maybe it's the August high to to the low, that half back. Oh, that would be the same. So that 1475. If we lose that 1475, so that half back on the second half of the year, or the 1650, that October high, the monthly open 21.75, and something I don't think people are realizing is that value area high from last week is sitting at 24.75. So we've been trading this entire week, and really since Friday, we've been outside of the week's value area. So if we do come back inside of last week's value, if we do lose the monthly open, the October high, the second half of the year's halfback, if we do lose all of this, I will be looking for us to then start flirting with filling in this downside gap, and it'll be a large momentum loss for the bulls. I've been saying for a number of days now that let's go to our high time frame chart. This 62 area has been a key pivot. This chart was made on, I think, October 31st, and you can see just how key that pivot has been. It's been pivotal, if you want to call it. But our medium time frame, our intra-week time frame has the pivot at 14.75. Tomorrow we do have retail numbers pre-market, so again, that'll likely spike some volatility pre-market, and we'll see which way we end up going. The plan will likely be changed based off of how the action ends up being tomorrow morning pre-market. But again, I switch my bullish bias, or my lack of aggressive shorting once we do fall below that 39, 14, 15 area. So I will be short at 04 quarter. I will be short at 82.75 and 72 quarter. This right here, this 92 quarter, all that is the second half of the year's VWAP on the RTH. Let's just quickly check what it is on the full external trading hours, sitting at 88 quarter roughly. So once we fall below that kind of 88 to 92 area, we are below that second half of the year's VWAP, and I do think I think it'd be reasonable to expect that we come in and fill this gap to the downside. So that's what I'm looking for tomorrow, longing these areas with the qualifiers put in and shorting it down below. That's all I have, and again, likely to change prior to the open based off of the retail numbers. Hope that helps, and trade safe, you guys.